Well, now I'm going to draw some walls and then start drawing the floor. So I'm going to go to wall, interior partition. I'm going to draw just 4 walls. So first of all, in order to create a floor, you should either be in a plan or a 3D view. Next, you need to select the floor tool from the ribbon. And again, from the type selector, you can change the type of the floor you want to use. So this one I'm using right now is 4-inch concrete slab. And then you need to define the perimeter of the floor. So if you want to use, actually, you can use pick walls or pick line and draw a floor. So I'm going to use pick walls. And then just hit check. So this sign over here actually shows the span direction of the floor. I'm going to talk about it later. And just when you're drawing the boundary of the floor, just make sure it's an enclosed boundary or area. Okay, now let's go to 3D view to see the floor I just created. Okay, so this is the floor I just created. Now let's go back to level 1. So to select your floor similar to ceiling, just come here and hit tab. And then when the boundary is highlighted, just click and select it. Okay, and if you want to edit your floor, click on the edit boundary over here or just double click on it. Now, for example, if you want to have a hole or a void in your floor, you can just draw another enclosed boundary inside the first one. Okay, so I'm going to draw a hole over here. Okay, and then just hit check. Now I'm going to 3D view, and this is the hole. Okay. Now I'm going to select and actually swap it out with a with this one, 3-inch concrete on 2-inch metal deck. So just select it and swap it out with this one. Okay. Now let's go to edit mode again. So as I said, this symbol over here shows the span direction of the floor and shows which direction the floor expands structurally. And if you actually click on this span direction on the ribbon, then you are able to change the floor's span direction. You just need to click and pick another edge. Okay, so you can switch between different edges. So when the span direction is here, the flutes for the metal deck go in this direction, okay? And the joist in the floor will go in this other direction, just perpendicular to the span direction symbol, okay? Now, if I just hit check, and if I draw a section over here, okay, because the flutes are going in this direction, I should be able to see them in this section, okay? So just go to the section view. Change the detail level to medium or fine, okay? So here is the metal deck and the concrete slab, okay? Now, if I go back, select the floor, edit boundary, and just change the span direction to this side, okay, and hit check, and if I go back to the section view, then the section actually looks different because the direction of the flutes has changed. Now, let me show you an image. Okay. So this image shows the detail of this type of floors. Okay, so this is just for your information and you don't actually need to know this. So this is the concrete slab and this is the metal deck and you can see the direction of the flutes over here. And these are the joists, okay? So the floor can actually stand from this direction, okay? Now let's get back to Revit again. One more thing about floors is that actually, for example, when I'm in level 1, if I create a floor in that view like what I did here, then the top surface of this floor, okay, is aligned with the level 1. So here is the level 1, okay? And then you can see that this top surface is aligned with the level 1. Okay. Now, if I swap it out with another floor, for example, this one, well, the thickness of the floor has changed, but you still can see that the top surface is aligned with level 1. And remember that if you want to change a floor type, do not try to delete and then redraw it. Just swap it out, okay? This will keep everything clean and nice. Now let's change it to metal deck again. Okay. So just similar to walls, you can select your floors and go to just edit type and change the type properties. You can go to edit structure and change the layers or even add another layer to this floor. One more thing that I want to show you here is a setting about the structural deck layer, okay? So just make sure this preview window is open so you can see a preview of the section of your floor, okay? And now if I select this structural deck layer, you can see that these properties over here will become active. So these are related to this function only, okay? Structural deck. So from here, you can choose any deck profile that you have loaded into your project. If you want to load any new profile family, you can just go to Insert tab and use Load Family button to load one new family into your project, okay? And the other setting here is related to deck usage. And you have actually two options to choose from here, okay? One is bound layer above and the other one is standalone deck. So if you choose bound layer above, this structural deck layer would be part of the layer above it, which is concrete, okay, right now. So this way, its thickness would be 0, okay? And as you can see here, actually the concrete would fill the top flutes of the deck, okay? But if you choose the other option, standalone deck, the metal deck actually would be a separate layer from this concrete slab, and the concrete would not fill the top flutes, so they are empty, as you can see here, and it would have a specific thickness for it, okay? And as you can see, actually you cannot edit it because it is based on the dimensions in the deck profile family that you have used or loaded into your project. And as you can see, the overall thickness of the floor would increase this way. Okay, so it was 5 inch in this mode, but it is right now, the overall is 7 inches.